Good morning, everyone. Please confirm you can hear me. I know we were able to. Okay, I can hear, I can see. Yeah, so if you are happy and excited to be here, I'd like to see us post our favorite smileys. I know that we are able to comment via the Q&A session, so I'm seeing thumbs up. Many people like thumbs up. Yeah, I'm seeing the celebrations and my favorites. Yeah, it's exciting to start and to be here. And I'm full of so much expectation for this webinar because the the topic we're addressing is something that is quite a bit of a challenge, more than a bit of a challenge for healthcare businesses. And the truth is, it's not even just healthcare businesses. We are just tagging healthcare businesses because we know that these are the people we serve, but it's something that affects a lot of businesses, the operations of running a business. And I am not alone here. Of course, we know that our masterclass speaker is here. But before we start, before we go into the meat of why we're here, I'll just do a little bit of introduction for those of us that are joining the Drug Stock Learning webinar for the first time. So good morning again, everyone, and welcome to another session of the Drug Stock Learning webinar series. So our regular attendees will know that this is something we do every month where we equip healthcare providers with practical tools to grow, innovate, and succeed in their practice. So for today's session, we are digging into operations, and it's titled Fix Gaps, Scale Fast. It's all about unlocking growth and more profits in healthcare businesses by addressing the silent, those hidden operational gaps that drain your revenue without knowing. And of course, my name is Pharmacist Onyinye Chekwe, and I'll be your moderator for today. And of course, we know at Drugstore, we are more than a pharmaceutical distribution company. I'd have loved to see a raise of hand. How many of us know about Drugstore? You can just do thumbs up. How many of us know what we do at Drugstore, and how many of us are even Drugstore clients? I'd like to see that. But beyond distribution, beyond access to quality medications, we also like access to knowledge. We like to distribute knowledge as well because we know that it is knowledgeable healthcare providers that can actually provide real impact in healthcare in our society. So that's something that we are really big on as well. We want to ensure that every healthcare provider is very well equipped to handle everything from the practice to clinicals to the business to even the science of running retail or clinic. Everything is a big package from Drugstock. So thank you for joining in. I'm going to go straight into the activity for today by introducing the speaker. So many of us know him and many of us know the organization he works with. He's here to show us some practical things that, some small things that you may not even realize is slowly draining your profits or, eating into your revenue. And it's going to show us everything live and direct today. So I'm going to read his bio out and prepare to be wowed. And I'm not even exaggerating. So Pharm Ekerete Ntiaidem, who is our speaker for today, is a seasoned pharmacist and operations leader with over 15 years of progressive experience in pharmaceutical sales, hospital services, and retail management. He currently serves as the head of operations and sales at Medplus Pharmacy, where he oversees and manages over 140 retail outlets. He is renowned for retail expansion, improving operations efficiency, strategic partnerships, and talent sourcing. He started his post-internship journey as a medical representative, marketing Philips products, then moved to Motayo Hospital as the head of department pharmacy. He later moved to Premium Health HMO, where he worked as the procurement and chronic care lead, and then moved into retail practice. So we see that our teacher for today is an all-rounded healthcare professional, from HMO to hospital to retail to even sales rep. Everybody's represented. And then Pharm Ekerete is a data-driven strategist. He holds an MBA from Nexford University and obtained his B.Pharm from Olabisi Onabanjo University. He has several trainings and certifications in global health project management, University of Washington Pediatric Nutrition, which it was from Thomas Jefferson University, American Heart Foundation, Leadership and Management in Health from the University of Washington, Strategic Management from International Business Management Institute, Crisis Management, Leadership, Cybersecurity Leadership, Project Management, Data Analytics, and several others. Pharm is passionate about innovation, and he excels in identifying market trends and driving sustainable growth through strategic planning and team empowerment. So Pharm, you will take the mic from me now and, just let us know everything that you have for us regarding this topic. So Pharm, the floor is yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Oyinye, and thank you to Drugstock for this opportunity to be a part of this platform where we can learn from each other and draw wisdom from our little well of experiences. I'm excited to be here today. Good morning to everyone, and hi to everyone listening on the call. Please, if you can hear me, just do a thumbs up or something so that I know that we can actually hear. Thumbs up, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, today we will be having a chat. More of a chat. It's going to be interactive. I will share my screen as I speak. It's going to be interactive. It's going to be an opportunity for us to learn from each other. Learning is continuous, and everyone has something that some other person can learn from. So I will not be teaching us. I will not be taking I will be tutoring us. I would rather be speaking and sharing from my idea and several ideas I have learned along the way. Once again, please feel free to drop your comments, questions, suggestions, or anything you wish to say in the comment section. I will start right away. All right, our topic is fix gaps, scale fast, boosting sales and profits through operational excellence in pharmacy and healthcare. So that will be our topic for today. What is operational excellence? Operational excellence. So operational excellence means running a business in a way that everything should work. Everything such as people, processes, and systems work in its best form to deliver value to customers consistently and efficiently. So operational excellence is about people, process, and systems working together in their best and optimal way to deliver value to customers consistently and efficiently. In that description, there are several keywords: people, process, and systems. As a business, we have people that work for us, and people are the lifeline of any business. In that business, we have processes that must be built in the business, and we have systems that must work together. The three must align. And once they align and deliver best value, and this value is targeted at customers consistently and efficiently, then we are achieving operational excellence. Now, we can argue and say it's difficult or near impossible to achieve excellence. But the truth is that every business must strive, must be on the path to achieve operational excellence. And there are several things we must do to be able to achieve the level of excellence that we desire for our business. In summary, you could also say operational excellence is about doing things right every time. Doing things right every time. And that's where consistently your process must replicate consistently and efficiently. Here we also emphasize minimizing waste of time, waste of effort, waste of money. Time is a currency, and we all have the same amount allocated to every human being. So we must, as a business, maximize time, effort, and money. Also, we talk about constantly improving how things are done. Are we doing the same thing in our journey through our business? As your business grown from a sales value of, say, maybe 500,000 naira to 10 million naira, yet your processes and your operations are still the same, then you need to go back and look at those processes because we talk about achieving operational excellence through consistently and efficiently improving. Again, employees, are you empowering your employees to solve problems and innovate? Businesses must build capacity in team members such that you can trust them to take the right decisions on behalf of the business and help the business grow. We hear a lot of people profile certain age brackets in the workplace, saying they have a particular attitude, character, and all of that. But I tell you, within every age, there is value, there is character, there is uniqueness that can align and help your business grow. We must, as team leaders, as business owners, as team members, empower each other. So empowering employees to solve problems, also empowering them to innovate. Every staff must have a voice if your business wants to scale. Suggestions, ideas, doesn't matter how silly they sound, they might be the game changer for your business. So it's important to build a culture where people, team members, are empowered to speak and to share ideas. And then focus on customers. You would see my definition or explanation of operational excellence. It talks about people, process, and system to deliver value to customers. Now, it's important to know that every business in the health space or any business at all must be targeted towards a set of customers. For someone in a production unit, your products are designed to meet a particular section of medical needs. So that is your target customer. For people in the academics, your customers are your students, the value you add to your students, those are your customers. For people in research institutes, pharmaceutical research, you have your target goals towards a particular set of products or a process, those from your customers. So every sector of pharmacy, every sector of healthcare is affected by operational excellence and must find ways to ensure that they drive processes that would help to improve this area of their practice. Now, how do we achieve operational excellence? How do we achieve operational excellence? Number one, we must understand that it's a progressive onward thing that we must do. So some of the things I would mention, some people might have done it. The question is, if you did it 2 years ago, does it still apply? Have your business evolved? Is your business innovating? Are your processes also innovating along with the growth in your business? Typically, a lot of businesses set up processes that help them, start. But when the business scales, you must adjust your business processes to meet the demands that customers are placing on your business or the business has attained through growth. Now, one of the things we must do to achieve operational excellence is to standardize our operations process, build SOPs, build SOPs. SOPs must be built around everything. Why do we need to do that? Now, we understand that we want to replicate the same output again and again, consistency. You want your customers to come in January, have this particular experience in your business, and then come back in July and have nothing but the same or better than their previous experience. So SOPs will help you achieve that. Now, what would you need to do? You build SOPs around prescription review. For instance, in the hospital practice, what is the process for reviewing prescription? If you receive a prescription, how do you review it? How do you identify the mistakes or interactions that exist on that prescription? When it's identified, how do you communicate back to the doctors? The same thing in retail practice. How do you have a process for prescription review, or we just dispense it and then we move along? Now, let us also bear in mind that in running a business, you must think beyond yourself. You must put up processes such that when your business scales or your business grows, you would employ more staff. Now, those staff coming in will need to learn and build on what you have set, and then that would help them to conform to those initial processes that you have built, and then help them to replicate this process again and again. All right, so an SOP ensures that no matter who is working, the processes are followed the same way. Now, this in the production sector, this is quite, standard. So they can repeat the same output. Imagine a production outfit where there is sudden tweak in the production process. At the end of the day, the final product that will come out of that facility would have a variance. Could be in color, it could be in concentration, it could be in anything, and that could lead to a loss. So SOPs are very important. In retail practice, we must ensure that SOPs are in place. I will cite an instance. Okay, so why would you need an SOP for, say, prescription review? I remember when I was an intern, I interned in orthopedic hospital in Bobby, and we had a prescription for Neurovite Forth for a customer, or a patient rather. And we have separate cupboards where we store our medications. Now, I made a mistake and dispensed Dopatab in place of Neurovite Forth. Now, if you know that product, they have similar package, green, white, Hovic brand. And that product was dispensed to the patients. After about several days, 7 to 10 days, the patient came back to the pharmacy complaining that this medication was making her feel so weak, feeling tired. She was, her breathing was slow and all that. Of course, we ended up I ended up sitting in a panel with the HODs there and everybody, and that issue was addressed. So early in my practice, that mistake formed a habit in me where every prescription I receive, I have to look at the prescription paper as well as the medication that I'm dispensing to be sure that there is no error, in my dispensing. So it's important that as little as similar products, in the pharmacy, you want to find a process to distinguish and minimize those kind of mistakes that would happen, due to dispensing errors. Uh, I've also, in my practice, I've also had an encounter where a prescription for diflucan 50 milligram was given for a woman, and a mid-age woman. She was in her 50s, and then my colleague gave Viagra 50 milligram and said take 3 at once. Labeled, diflucan, but what was dispensed was Viagra. I'm sure we know how both packs. If you understand how the both packs are sized, the color, you will understand the likelihood of one making those kind of mistakes. So those are real life experiences. Of course, the woman came back with all the symptoms, red eyes, bloodshot eyes, I mean, several, kind of feelings. And, it was something that eventually, we were able to appeal to her and, sort out the matter amicably. But these are real life situations that I have experienced in my journey so far as a retail pharmacist on the shop floor. What I have seen, mistakes I have made, and colleagues have made, and these have formed some um, attitudes towards preventing uh, future occurrence. So it's important that we learn to put processes to avoid issues that could escalate and become litigations along the way. So, yes, that's my story. If you have had any colleague of yours, I know a lot of people would not want to share, but if you had any colleague of yours have make some mistake in their dispensing or you have witnessed such, you could just type S in the comment section. S meaning similar or S means yes, experience, those kind of things, just to be sure that we understand the importance of what we're trying to pass on. So you could just type that just to show that, yes, several other people, this is just reinforce the fact that across our various practices, people make genuine mistakes that, not because they don't know what they are doing, but because some form of standards or processes were not in place. And I mean, when people see the number of people that have gone through such, they would understand the importance of this. So check the comment section. I'm sure you will see, yes, I see some S there. Similar people have had those kind of stories. So please, you could keep it coming. All right, so we move to our next point. We move to our next point. You must invest in staff training and empowerment. Training and empowerment is important because business is not static, business evolves. Your team members must be trained. In Medplus, where I work, we have trainings every Thursday. Every Thursday is training day. Wherever you are, you must join in for that training. And this is a culture that has helped us grow. Now, what would that do? It would keep you abreast with current trends. It would help you share information. People can relate to things and share their own experience or challenges, and then we draw lessons from each other. So we must form culture of training within the workspace in every sector of our practice as pharmacists. Training is important, not just for the pharmacists. And training should not just be streamlined to clinical trainings. You talk about business trainings, you talk about leadership trainings, you talk about soft skills, and then we try to ensure that we even give other team members opportunity to train. We share topics, people come in and they do this training. So this keeps people updated. It helps to improve communication skills and I mean, keeps people abreast of changes that happen. Again, we must leverage technology. Technology is, I mean, it's a strong force in every business right now. I would say, I mean, don't start any business that you cannot adapt technology to help you. Why? Because if you wish to have a business that will grow, if you wish to have a business that will outlive you, if you wish to have a business that you can scale, and that business would stand the test of time, then definitely you must leverage technology. Technology for inventory tracking, especially in retail pharmacy, even hospital pharmacy. Right now, I see hospitals where uh, from the reception till you receive your medication, you have technology. The doctor is just typing away. the prescription appears at different stations of the hospital. So technology is important. Again, you want to measure performance and act on data. Performance management, a lot of businesses do not measure, or they measure some level of performance, or they streamline their measurement to revenue alone. There are several metrics that you should track as a business owner or as a team member in any business. There are important metrics that we must track. This information would help for better decision making. It will help us to do the right thing without emotions, coming into play. Under performance management, you want to also leverage technology. Technology will help you to do your performance management, have a dashboard that can help you see things. But let's say you're starting your first pharmacy. You might not have all the funds to invest on that large scale in terms of technology. I would recommend your basics, at least have a system, have a software you will sell from that can monitor your sales, have a software that can track your inventory, and then you can use simple tools like Excel to do your performance management. Now, it's important because it holds every team member accountable and help them to be more responsible. So at this point, it's important for us to, take this information and then ask ourselves set questions. Which of these processes that we have in our current place, which of them are we faced with in terms of challenges? So also in the comment section, please drop a note. Which one would you want to improve if you had to take that decision to change something in your current place of work? What would you want to change? Is it your training schedule? Is it your performance management? Would you want to, emphasize more on your SOPs? Please drop that in the comment section. Let us see what, let's see what will people will suggest they would like to improve.
Okay, Famime, can you hear me? Good morning again.
I'm seeing some comments on slide. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm not able to see your slide. I mean, I don't mind because I've been enjoying the session regardless, but I just want to confirm if it's just on my end or if it's general. So maybe we want to check that.
All right. Can everyone see my screen? Yes, I
Okay,
see
they can see the
someone.
slides.
You
Okay.
can see your slide. So thank you for that. Thank you. So what processes would you want to improve? SOP, invest in staff, or performance management? Please drop it on the comment section. All right. Linking inventory and process efficiency to profit margins. Every business is set to make profits. Every business is set to make profits. Now, if you have an efficient inventory management system, that would help a lot to build your profits. And it's important we understand that inventory is money. So someone, a staff or customer stole your inventory, they actually stole money from you. So we're big on people must understand that inventory is money. It's just like when we are taught in pharmaceutical chemistry, we say precursors, or in pharmacology, we talk about precursors. So your inventory is precursor to raw cash. So let's understand that. Now, we must tighten our inventory control. Now that we know that inventory is money, we must tighten inventory control. When you see a carton of expired products in your store, in your facility, in your business, just imagine you're seeing a carton that contains money that is damaged, mutilated, that you cannot take it to any place that someone would buy from. I mean, once you have that picture in your head, it will help you understand several things and the importance of inventory control. So if you have 3 cartons of expired products, just visualize 3 cartons, maybe half filled with mutilated 1,000 naira notes sitting there that nobody wants to buy, to take that money in exchange for any product from you. Okay. Now, aligning stock levels with demand will reduce your capital locked in and wastage. What does that mean? Don't overstock. Don't understock. Where you overstock your inventory, you would have money sitting tied down. Money you would use to buy fast lines, you would have it tied down because you have overbought a product. And that product could eventually become wasted or expired. Okay, so that is what we're trying to say, that inventory management must be very tight, and that will help you, minimize wastage, and that will help you secure profits. For people and businesses that have more than one outlet, it could be a challenge in inventory management. So you need smart softwares that would help you. A lot of times people are influenced by what they should stock. Sometimes it's eye knowledge, head knowledge, or I think this product moves. So that's based on emotions. Or I'm the farmers, people come and ask for this particular brand, let's say paracetamol. People are always ask for paracetamol. Let's stock 10 cartons, we'll sell off. Is that data driven? That decision you're taking? Do you have data to show that 10 cartons will actually be sold out within a period of time? Okay. And if yes, that I can sell out 10 cartons, then we start asking ourselves another matrix that we must track, inventory turnover ratio. I'll get to that, inventory turnover ratio. So it's important to manage inventory. Of course, in that inventory management, you want to look at your FIFO or LIFO. This will help to select the right products first, and that will help to prevent expired products. Also, you want to improve your dispensing and procurement processes, services, such that it's not time wasting. If the time it takes you to replenish a product is long, you would also lose sales. So your system must be designed such that you have some minimum order quantities. Once you hit that minimum order quantity, you must place an order and refill such that there are no gaps in your supply process. Yes, there could be disruptions in that supply process. That's where you also need to build relationships with your suppliers so that you would have market intelligence, so that you would know that, oh, this product would likely get scarce within a period of time. It will help you take position. Such relationship would also help you in pricing. If you know that so products would likely increase in price within a few weeks, it will help you stock up, and then you can take advantage of that change and make better profits or margins. So those are some of the things you would want to do to help inventory managing or inventory process efficiency to help you improve your profit margin. Now, inventory turnover ratio is an important metric that I recommend that all business owners, pharmacies must track at every sector of practice once you carry an inventory. And then what does this inventory ratio track? It tells you the amount of inventory you will sell off within a period of 1 month. So say you have inventory worth 5 million in your pharmacy, how long does it take you to sell that 5 million within a 1 month period? How fast are you turning over that product? For some people, you would have, that would tell you that you have products that actually, you might have a 4 month product in your pharmacy. That means it might take you 4 months to sell out some particular products. So these are part of the important ratios you must track, especially when you're procuring. Okay. Another thing you want to, so facts show that retail pharmacies can reduce monthly losses by 18% after integrating an automated reordering system. Okay, so your reorder quantity, your reorder process must be aligned or benchmarked to your sales process. Your reorder must be benchmarked to your sales. So you must be able to look at your sales. If your sales is improving, you started your pharmacy, you were selling 4 packs of Augmentin in a month, your business has scaled up, you sell 15 packs in a month. What is your forecast? At what pace are you growing? You want to have a forecast that will help you to scale up. At the same time, you don't want to focus and overstock. You want to grow as your demand grows. That way, you're minimizing your chances of having expired products or your chances of holding a lot of inventory and tying down cash. So you need an automated process that is benchmarked to your sales value, and that will help you. To manage inventory better. All right. What are your common operational pitfalls in pharmacy and healthcare practice? What are the common pitfalls? Number one, I have poor vision on clear goals and long-term plans. Some would disagree when I say poor vision. Now, a lot of us start off a business by saying, well, I want to own a pharmacy. I want to make money. Some would say, I want to impact my community, my immediate environment. The question is, how robust is your vision? Do you have a shallow vision for your business? Your vision will determine how far your business will go. If you just want to make money, then there are so many avenues that you would make money. Your business will not be standardized in terms of operations. Everything goes. Today you might be a wholesaler, tomorrow you might be a retailer. Maybe you will start selling bread on the side or even selling soft drinks as you move along. But when you have a strong vision, for instance, where I work, we are driven by a vision. I tell people we are not chasing anybody. We are chasing that vision. We wake up every day, every year, and we run and keep running after it. Now, with your vision, I recommend we set bold visions that are realistic. And then you break those visions into goals, achievable goals. Now, these goals must be broken down quarterly, monthly, periodically, so that you can measure. So, saying I want to make money, how much do you want to make? How much do you want to make per month? How much do you want to make per day? How much do you want to make at the end of 5 years? Where do you want to see your business in 5 years? Those are questions you must answer, and that will give more direction, to your goals and your vision. I also recommend having long-term plans. Look at business in terms of 5 years, 10 years. Where do I want my business to be in the next 10 years? Where do I want to see, what service do I want to render in 10 years? What do I foresee happening in the next 10 years? And you must evolve, in these long-term plans. As you move year in, year out, you go back to those plans. What did I want to do? Now, this will help you set your KPIs. It will set your key performance indicators, and it will help you track to see if you're on course or you're not on course with these goals. We have poor inventory management. A lot of pharmacies are overstocked. A lot are understocked. So if a customer comes to your store and gets 90 or 100% of what he wants per time, chances are when he's leaving his house tomorrow, he's going to drive straight to your place. But if a customer comes to your place and out of 6 items, he gets 1 or 2 and has to visit 2 other places. Now, if he gets to the next pharmacy and gets 4 out of the 6 items, then chances are next time he wants to go to that place first. So we must understand that our ability to manage our inventory is important. Now, that speaks to both overstocking and understocking. Now, when you overstock, you're going to have problems with expired products, cash tied down, and loss of revenue. As a business owner, let us understand that sometimes the procurement team face pressure from pharmaceutical reps coming in. I remember working in a pharmacy and a rep came in and was like, pharmacists, these products, you need to help me. I want buy 20 cartons. I'm like, 20. I don't think I even have the capacity to sell 1 carton within 6 months. But the lofty gifts he was dangling, I mean, would actually make someone take a decision to buy that much. So let us understand that if we don't have processes and we allow overstocking, we're going to have problems with cash flow. Okay? Inefficient workflow processes. Of course, we've mentioned that if you have a workflow process that is not clearly spelled out, is not seamless, is haphazard, then you're going to have poor customer satisfaction, delay in filling prescriptions, and several other complications that would actually affect your business. Lack of staff accountability. We must hold every team member accountable for being on the team. Everyone is important on that team. In my team, everybody is important, from the cleaner all the way down, all the way up to the pharmacist. Everyone is important. Now, if the cleaner is late, the store, you're going to have customers in the store when the cleaner is mopping or cleaning. If the cleaner has body odor, some customers would not want to stay long in that store. So it's very important. I remember while I was working in the hospital, I was handling procurement. A rep came into detail an injectable antibiotic, and immediately entered my office. The atmosphere of the place changed. The smell one choked me, and everything he was saying, I was not listening. In my mind, I was like, okay, do come out from here, And the guy just kept talking. This product will do. He was giving all the pharmacology. And me, I was just, waiting to yes, do and do. And immediately I had made up my mind I won't buy. And when he was done, he said, okay, so far, will you order? I said, no, we're not interested. I will call you. Just drop your number. As he was stepping out, I just looked, I said, you know what? I've been a rep before. Those rep job you start, they won't give you car fares. You'll be going on the street sweating. Your armpit will not soak, that kind of thing. So I just called the guy back. I said, call back. I said, sorry, I'm gonna kind of embarrass you, but you just entered my office and everywhere is just smelling bad. The guy felt terrible. I mean, I could see the look on his face. I said, I'm not trying to embarrass you. It's just me and you in this office now. I've been a rep. That's when you're about to enter someone's office, if it's small perfume, put in your pocket, just spray. You understand? Dust your shirt, your trousers, look sharp. You can first go to the bathroom, clean up, and then yet. I told him everything you said. I didn't listen to it. And I made up my mind while you were still speaking, I would not buy this product. Because when you came, it just made everywhere just look very uncomfortable for me. And the guy left. I told him, go and package yourself. And he said, thank you, and left. A week later, he came like, boss, that day after that talk, I'm on our house, I couldn't walk in, you know. And we just laughed it off. But I bought the product. And today we are very good friends. We still talk and we chat very well, you know. So we must understand that everybody on the team is important. And as basic as hygiene can actually affect. I'll tell you another one. I was in the pharmacy and a team member approached me and said, this new staff, the staff is having mouth to do. That every customer the staff is talking to, the customer is always pushing back and it's going to affect us. That I should go and tell the person. I said, you wait, why you not tell her? Why you tell me that tell her that her mouth is smell? So these are real life situations that could actually affect us. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure one or two of us have had similar experiences, but they are important. The customer experience from when the customer enters your facility. You see, customers will remember how your business makes them feel. Remember that. How I feel when I leave your business will determine if I'll come back. And that's the kind of customers we have today. In my trainings, I told my team member, I said, customer experience starts from the car park. It doesn't just start from when I get to the till, good afternoon. From the car park. If a customer comes and is finding it difficult to park, or someone brushes his car in the car park, or is struggling to find a way to park his car in your front of your business, he's going to come back, come in angry. When he's angry, everything about that transaction, if it's a customer that has the capacity to spend, say, 100,000, in his angry state, he just wants to get his stuff and leave that place. So we must understand that from as basic as having a spot to park to being able to drive out of your premises without someone scratching the car or with the help of someone looking at the road, flagging other cars. These are very important and we must hold our staff accountable. Some of us employ security men at the door. Those guys just, when you come, receipts, they won't greet you, they won't say anything, they just say your receipts. We must train our team and hold every member of the team accountable. Let them know their importance. Let them know their value in the team. Don't let them feel less. If not, their contribution will be minimal. We've had security men who say, this man, this organ, this person, they will point them out and help you. Okay? All right, so we don't dwell so long on that. With data tracking, a lot of pharmacies, a lot of businesses do not track data. They make decisions impulsively, make decisions based on previous experiences. Yes, previous experiences are good to take decision, but if your business has thrived 1 year, the decision, the several processes have scaled, have increased, have improved. You need to look at data to take decisions. It will help you manage, it will help you avoid mistakes. It will help you take the right decisions. Non-compliance with regulatory standards, of course, that could lead to litigations, that could lead to reputational damage, that could wreck your business fast. So it's important to ensure we comply with the regulations. guiding our business operations. Failure to scale system. Yeah, I mentioned that. Now, again, while your business expands, are you buying to meet up the demands? Are you increasing your number of staff? Or are you saying, oh, they taught us Lean Six Sigma. Let us work the staff and sweat them to their breaking points. Then when they complain, we would um, we would increase salary. No. If your business requires 4 people, please have 4 people. Let us scale both people, process, and operations as your business grows. All right, so we have here inefficiencies lead to revenue leakage, customer churn, staff burnout, and stagnant growth. So these common challenges could affect our business and even affect the customers, the number of customers we have. What are the impacts of poor inventory management on profitability? These are straightforward. Overstocking with tight cash, it slows down tight cash on slow-moving stock, and you have a risk of expiration. Good inventory handling system or process would help you have more cash for faster selling products, and then you would be able to turn out more profits in your business. Understocking, where you understock, all right, someone say your car park must be neat and well structured. That's very correct. You might have a car park, it has to be neat as well. Understocking, thank you for that contribution. Understocking is important. You would miss sales opportunity if a customer doesn't have what he wants. Remember, you're not selling what does not exist in another pharmacy. If you don't have it, someone else will be ready to provide it. So you must have your right stock and don't overstock. Expired products, that gives immediate loss. And once you have your inventory right, it saves you your costs. Poor purchase planning, poor purchase planning could affect your pricing. If you don't buy, in bulk, if you don't buy from the right source, if you're not buying from drug stock, you could buy at a high price, and then that would affect your profit margin because your customers are ever comparing. They would say, yeah, I saw it at Kalu Pharmacy at so price, so you must buy right. Impact of processing efficiency on profits. So we talked about supply inefficiency. Now we're looking at process inefficiency. How does process inefficiency affect profits? Of course, slow service. If your service process is slow, if the customers wait a long time, then the customer feels frustrated. Then the customer would might not come back. You might not have repeat business. Fast service gives you higher daily sales volume. Again, I tell people that in being fast, be accurate. First, do no harm. Always have that at the back of your mind. So you must balance speed with accuracy. Dispensing errors, you need to track dispensing errors and make sure that there's little or no error in your dispensing. It could lead to litigation, reputational damage. Manual repetitive work, where you have processes that are manual and repetitive, you're wasting manpower time. Your pharmacist could get tired. So automation will actually help you correct that. Staff burnout or staff low productivity or poor workflow design would lead to staff burnout and low productivity. So these are impact of processes. In a nutshell, our processes must be routinely tuned to help us produce the best outputs to make our team members as efficient as possible. Okay, we have digital solutions. We must employ digital solutions to help us in managing all our processes. I mean, I like what Drugstore did with their pilometer device. I mean, quite creative, quite ingenious. If you use the device and you're on this call, please, you can, give us a thumbs up on the chat. I mean, every pharmacy needs a system where you can actually track your inventory, track your KPIs, manage your processes. We have several solutions in that space. Talk to your tech team, talk to colleagues, people that advise you. For a new pharmacy, your basic you should have is your point of sale. That's basic. As you scale up, you want to have your ERP system, enterprise resource planner. This will help you handle several other more robust functions. You would want to have your CRM solutions. This will help you, track your loyalty programs. It will help you manage your customer database, customer information. Analytics dashboard, very important. Your analytics dashboard is a dashboard that would help you see where your sales is at a point. It would help you track your customer counts. It will help you track several parameters. You could track your medication error tracking. So there are several parameters you want to track that would help you scale up in your business. I have a comment that says businesses that digitalize operations save up to 25 to 35% on operational costs. These are facts that are substantiated by several studies that have shown. All right. In all of this, we must build systems that help our people, not just the inventory, not just process people. We talked about people, process, and systems. So we must have solutions that help our team members. Of course, SOPs, we mentioned at the beginning, very important to guide our team members on what to do on every sector of our business. We must have SOPs. We also have KPIs to hold people accountable and measure outcomes. Also, you could have checklists. Checklists would help you avoid some mistakes. Have you done this check? Have you done this check? So checklists are helpful for daily tasks. They build culture in your team members, especially when you're onboarding new team members. Have a checklist. Have we spoken to them about dressing? Have we spoken to them about our culture, our values? Have we spoken to them about food etiquettes? Have we spoken to them about, everything? So that helps you tick the boxes and, identify where you have not addressed. Performance reviews and incentive. It's important that performance reviews are done periodically. Don't wait till the end of the year or mid-year. We do performance review weekly in Medplus, and in some systems we do performance review monthly. This will help you track faster. It will help you identify gaps early. It will help you correct those gaps early enough, and then you can adjust as you move on. So ensure to have a system where at least monthly, and in performance review, it's not just to look at it yourself and nod and say, yes, we're doing well. Get your team members, when they are doing well, celebrate them. Oh, guys, we did well this month. It was a nice month for us. These are the areas, these are the categories of medications that we did well in. These are the areas where we dropped the ball. We had a decline in this category, this category, and this category. What do you think was responsible for that decline? How can we reposition for next month? try to do it early in the month, first week of the new month, so that it sets the tone for your goals for that new month. Trainings, of course, we've spoken about trainings at different sections, at different cycle of your staff entry into your business. Onboarding training is important. For me, I always encourage the team lead should lead the onboarding process so that the person coming in must understand the vision, must understand his role. Roles should be clearly spelled out, even as basic as the security man's role. What do you expect from him? Is he supposed to smile and welcome the customer? Is he supposed to just open the door and ask for a receipt on his way out? Is he supposed to say something on his way? Those basic, simple things would help to improve the process and your operational efficiency. Yeah, I have a quote that says, "You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems," by James Clear. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your system. What does that mean? Where it's easy to set goals. You can set those goals, but your systems and processes will build your daily character and habits that would help you achieve those goals. So the system you build in place, the processes you put in place are the things that will help you rise to achieve your goals eventually. So it's important to have those goals, but it's much more important to build those systems, those processes that will help you achieve those goals, sustain it, and even surpass it. Aligning operations with sales targets and customer needs. Operational excellence should always tie back to the customer and business goals. Your business goal must be very clear and well communicated. And operational excellence must, at the end of the day, focus on the customer. It's customer focused. The business is about customer. The business is about satisfying a need. The business is about people. So when you look at it that way, you will understand the importance of one person walking into your store, or one person walking into your business place, or one person speaking with you. Okay. Early in my career, I would profile customers. I like doing customer profiling. And you look at a person and you wonder, this person, will he buy, will he not buy? How much do you think he will buy? So it's a game I play in my head. I just guess, and then it helps me. And then I traveled to Kano and saw a lot of people wearing jalabia coming to the pharmacy. My first reaction was that you can't clearly distinguish how deep this person's pocket is or what the person can buy. But what surprised me most was some of them would bring out a bundle of dollars, you know, and you'll be wondering that this person with these simple palm slippers and jalabia is able to, hold such amount of money. So it changed my mindset about profiling. You must understand that anybody can actually come in and make that big sale you're looking for. So you must treat each person right, irrespective of how he looks, irrespective of how he dresses to your pharmacy. Another thing you should think of is a lot of big men don't come to the pharmacy themselves. They'll send their drivers. So that man will come as a driver. He will choose, a guy will say, go and buy me 3 packs of Nexford, then 160.25. He will choose where he will go to. And if you respect and treat him like every customer should be treated, and he feels happy about the way he's treated, he will drive back all the time. Or even tell your guy, this way you buy, this place is good. So let's understand the importance of, uh, you know, managing people very well. Customer feedback loops, very important as well. We've had customers tell us, Medplus, why are you not in Suzo location? Come and open a branch here. We've had customers, in short, the growth in our assortment of products is largely from feedback from customers. Listen to your customers. Are you gagging your customers? Are you silencing their voice or their opinion indirectly? Yes, we are experts. We are professionals in our own space and our field. But I tell you, the customer would point in a direction. Remember, your business must be adapted to meet the needs of the customer that exists around your business place. So if you don't have insight to your customer feedback, how would you improve your business? So I'll cite an instance. One of our locations, we close around 9 p.m. and we had a customer walk into one store around 8:50, 8:58, 2 minutes to 9. And when he got there, the pharmacist and he said, we are closed, we have closed, we have closed. And the customer went online, went to the website and said, your company says you open till 9 p.m. This is 8:58. Oga, 2 minutes to 9. You cannot deny me access to coming. And the whole thing escalated and we had to, that was how we knew that, look, some staff were closing before 9. So it's important that customer feedback, you get it, listen to them, and put a system where you can get those feedback. And where you have a positive feedback, comment the customer and run with it. Where you have a negative feedback, go back, address those issues or complaints and improve on it. I mean, that is how you would be better. That is how you improve your operations. That's how you improve value. Remember, word of mouth is one of the biggest ways of promoting a business. So where you do well, those customers will promote you. Again, your team must learn how to convert an angry customer, a poor service, a customer that is satisfied. You must have a way of winning back that customer. So those are some of the things that would help you. And that comes to personalized service. Personalized service, you must take each customer as they come, understand their needs, understand their approach. So there's a customer that's, while I walked on the shop floor, that when he comes, or when she comes, she would ask for several items. And when you bring all those items out, she will not take any of the things you brought. She doesn't like people touching the products she buys. She wants to pick them on her own. So the first reaction is that this guy with a woman with this. You start profiling her, say, she has OCD, she has this, she has that. She's your customer with her OCD. She's going to pay you money. You need to set up your business for money. But it took a while to understand, this is how this customer is. We had to create and I said, okay, this is the product. So all the ones we bring out and show her, you will show her, she'll bring it out. You will keep it on that table. At the end of the day, she won't touch anyone. Everywhere you went to bring it out from, she'll say, can I go there? Yes, ma, pick it. Yes, pick. And then you'll pay. So there's a tendency for you to initially say, this woman is sick. Let her go to Yaba. That you can attend to her. But the question I ask is that personalized service. Is that what your business is designed for? Everybody that comes to the pharmacy has a need. Some are very ill. Some are just okay. Some are fine. You're supposed to provide a solution. So if that customer comes and is that way, the question is, did you come to work to assess and judge the customer or to make money or and also meet a need and solve problems? So those are questions we should answer that will help us in those kind of situations. All right, we have here pharmacies that align opening hours, services and stock with neighborhood demographics see up to 90% high revenue. Are you in a community where you have more young adults, or you have people in the age demographics of 20 to 35? What is your assortment of medication? Is the person coming to your store and you have a large stock of product for prostates for people that are 20 to 35, and you stock 10 packs of prostates related products? For that, you would need to find someone that would drink that thing. So you must adapt your inventory to the demographics that exist around your business. Occasionally, you have people that will come from outside that neighborhood, but your primary stock, you must understand your business environment and then you adapt it. Okay, running fast, so we still have a few more slides to cover. Understanding the importance of process automation or process automation to optimize resources. So this basically tells us why we need to automate our processes. It will help to reduce manual error. It will lower overhead costs, helps with better compliance tracking, and enhance customer experience. Remember, what is not defined cannot be measured. What is not measured cannot be improved. What is not improved is always degraded. We must have a system that measures. We must have a system that can tell us how we were before and how we are now. Automation is the way forward. We must embrace automation in our business processes. It doesn't matter how little. Ladies and gentlemen, in summary, in today's highly competitive and quality-driven healthcare, operational excellence is not an option. It's the lifeline of sustainable productivity, patient trust, and long-term growth in every practice of business, pharmacy, hospital management, diagnosis, even clinical services. Operational excellence is what we must strive to achieve. The more solid and robust your operational processes are, it will complement every other process. It will help every other process function better, and eventually it will translate to revenue for you. Now, just to summarize most of what we've said, you must master your inventory using inventory management systems. You can speak to people, they will point in the right direction. You must streamline processes to deliver faster, safer, and more satisfying customer experience. Your business should be customer focused. Your business is about the customer. How does he feel when he's coming in and when he's leaving your premise? That will determine if he will come back and also refer. We must relentlessly measure KPIs, measure parameters. Give your team, let them know their strengths, their weaknesses, show them what they've achieved and help them achieve more. Empower your team members with simple systems and methods to ensure consistency. Operational excellence is about consistency. So you must have a system that will consistently produce good results. Okay, so design processes that are repetitive. In this era of Japa, you can start January, you can start the first day of the month with one pharmacist. By 15th, you have another pharmacist. By 23rd, another pharmacist. Some have left, some have gone. That is the more reason why you must have clearly documented processes such that when any new person joins the team, it's onboarded seamlessly and helps the person to align with your goals. Everybody's coming with their own knowledge, with their own experience, with their culture. You must build a culture that is uniform, that helps your team scale, that helps your team grow. Last on this list is innovate. During COVID, a lot of businesses suffered. COVID was an eye-opener for so many businesses. Some evolved and became better and stronger, more durable, newer ideas. The question is, are you still operating with the Old Testament? It's important to use the Old Testament, but remember, your business must evolve. That is a business that would last. That is a business that will outlive you. That is a business that would outperform expectations. In conclusion, when healthcare businesses focus on eliminating waste, accelerating service delivery, and protecting quality at every step of the way, they don't just improve operations, they transform lives by making care more accessible, affordable, and dependable. So you can create stronger and more resilient businesses capable of thriving even the toughest economic climates, especially in healthcare. And every minute saved, resources optimized, and error prevented by building strong operations processes that are efficient. Ultimately, the path to greater impact and higher profits in healthcare is built not on doing more, not just on doing more, but doing better that which you have already set in place. Operational excellence is not a project, it's a way of life for any healthcare business that wants to lead and not lie. Ladies and gentlemen, our flight has landed. Thank you so much. Here are my references, and we have opportunities for questions. Thank you for listening.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Pharm Ekerete. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Am I audible? Yes, thank you so much. I'm green from year to year. I can hardly get a word out. Thank you so much for this session. This has been insightful and very engaging. In fact, I was going to say that, if we enjoyed the session, please, post your favorite emoji, but people did that unprompted anyway. But I'm just going to say, because I have to see the reaction. If you enjoyed the session, I'm seeing very many love signs. Please just share your favorite emoji. Would like to see it. This has been so insightful and very practical, because I could relate with almost everything you were saying from my time as a practicing community pharmacist, and relatable. I'm sure that everybody on this call has had some form of experience or the other with operations and sales. Yeah, so thank you so much. And yes, we will share the recording and slides with everybody on the call. Yeah, because all of us registered. That will be done. And I'm happy you mentioned kilometer, because while you were talking about a lot of all of these things, in my head, I was just thinking, if people knew that this thing that they need is just a phone tap away or a message away to drugstore. Yeah, so digitization is making lives a lot easier for businesses, because you're able to automate, you're able to, automate a lot of processes that would have otherwise needed a lot of processes and actions and everybody being involved. Thank you so much. And while I take questions and comments, we know that tomorrow is Workers' Day, and we have some tips for you to, some activities you can do with and for your staff. I know that a lot of people on this call are either business owners or business managers, or even, employees themselves. You can do stuff for your bosses. Your bosses are also workers. But yeah, we have some tips. If anybody has anything that they are doing, you can also share in the comment section. And I'll check if we have questions so far, so that we can we can take questions. Yes, please can we get the recorded version to listen to again? Yes, definitely. We will send the recording. It will be hosted on the Drugstock YouTube page, so you can always access it. We'll send the link to you. You can always access it anytime you want. And I am very glad that you are glad you joined the training. Odunyemi, I am happy that we found it insightful. I know that a poll was put up earlier, so we would like your reaction, how you would rate this session, and if you'd be willing to refer the Drugstock Learning webinar to your colleagues after now, because like I said, it's a monthly thing. And interestingly, this is the first of our masterclass series. So it's a healthcare business masterclass series, and this is the first in it. The second edition would be about finances. So it spoke a lot about tying your operations to profit. So now how do you manage your finances as a whole? We are going to be having someone come to talk to us about that again. And we assure you that the next edition, that's the May edition, is going to be just as insightful as this. So thank you very much, Pharm Ekerete. And if you have questions, please put them up on the question and answer box. So what I would, from the session, I mean, very insightful, like I said. So my question would be this, and we talked about innovation, and we know that innovation always comes with behavior change. You know, sometimes people need a change, but they're not even aware that they need it. So many times when you're innovating, you have to bear in mind that you're innovating for people that don't know that they need it, and they have to be pushed somehow towards that change you're creating. So Pharm Ekerete, how can we balance innovation with current customer behavior? So that's something that is also key for me. I don't know if you got that question.
Yes, so yeah, I heard you. How do we balance innovation with current customer behavior? I would assume that's innovation as a business, relative to
Yes,
the customer's behavior, to those changes that you're bringing
yes,
up, correct?
yes, please.
All right. Well, for innovation and change, first you must do a lot of internal work. There is a change management process, and those are part of the processes that every business must also have. For instance, say you have a pharmacy that is not running 24 hours and you want to start incorporating 24 hours in your business. You must first communicate with the team members. Those are the stakeholders, the internal stakeholders, to understand what the innovation or what the change is going to be like, how that change will affect them, how will it affect their daily activities, if it's going to lead to increased work hours, would you compensate them with extra salary? Is there going to be a call room for them to do the night shift on? So all those questions must first be addressed internally. And then after that, the next step is, how do I communicate this change to the customer? How would it benefit the customer? So there's a communication aspect of a communication aspect regarding change, both to customers and internal stakeholders. If you have access to the customer's data or information, you need to put it out there. Oh, drugstore will be starting this, or pharmacy will be starting this new service or this addition to our processes out there. Then in that communication, you must take the benefits. So the customer is not apprehensive. The customer must know, I'm getting more value. I'm coming because so thing is going to change. I'm going to be able to walk in at 12 midnight, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and have access to still buy the same medication. In some cases, if that change is going to disrupt your usual process or the customer's process. Say maybe you need to do some repair work, redesign your pharmacy to accommodate the night shift, then you might want to say, okay, these disruptions, how do I manage it? When do I do it so that it doesn't really affect operations? In doing this change or making these changes, how can I incentivize my customers so they will understand with me that, oh, okay, this inconvenience is just for 1 or 2 days. By tomorrow will be off. Because of that, I'm doing this for you for free, or I'm giving you this incentive, or I'm starting this new process with a kind of a promotion or a kind of change such that that will help them adapt easily and accept that change. More important is to communicate the greater benefits. If the communication is well done, then it's easy to plan that change or it's easy to innovate and it will not affect your existing customers or it will not affect the processes on ground. Where people have problems is not carrying the customers along, not seeing them as stakeholders, or just making those changes without properly putting it out there. So those are the things you would do that would help you innovate without necessarily obstructing your current processes while also carrying your customer along with the change. I hope I answered that question.
All right. Thank you, Famime. There is a question here. So someone wants to know. Please confirm you can still hear me.
Yes, I can.
All right. So someone wants to know. My question is, what do we do with patients who refuse to purchase a whole list of drugs, including controlled drugs, because we have to collect the prescription even after due explanation? Okay, what do you do with patients who refuse to? Did you get the question?
Yes, I get the question. So,
Okay.
if I rephrase that question, you have a prescription that has a controlled drug along with some other products on that list, and you're supposed to collect the prescription paper, and the customer refuses to buy because he has to leave the prescription sheets. Uh, I hope I rephrased it right. Okay, well, it's important to understand that the process for controlled drugs is strict. Is something that you don't want a customer going to another pharmacy to fill that same prescription. Well, this is what I would do. First is to let the customer know that this is the process. We must have that prescription filed for us to be able to dispense this control medication. And every other medication has a closed date. What do I mean? That means it has a duration where you're using that product for. So you have no need necessarily um, to bother about, say, you want to go around with the medication with the prescription. However, there are other options. The customer could decide to snap it. He could suggest, oh, why not snap this prescription, have it on your phone, since by according to regulatory requirement, I need to file this particular one. You could make a copy on your phone such that where you go elsewhere, you can actually use that prescription if you want. The other thing you could do, and if the customer agrees to leave the hard copy and take a picture, now before she takes that picture, you need to cross out the control one that you filled and sign dispensed and the date it was dispensed and likely the quantity. I mean, those are internal controls we put to help us. Now, it's important because the customer can snap it, go with the phone, and go somewhere else and see ask for the same thing. But once you dispensed it and you let the customer know, look, I'll have to draw a line across and sign that I have dispensed this. Uh, Even if she snaps it and takes it somewhere, or even if she decides to go with it, she will not have that prescription filled. And that's you being responsible as a pharmacist such that your colleague will not fall victim of dispensing the same medication for that customer since it's controlled. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, I think that really explains it. Yeah, and I hope you feel satisfied with this answer. So I'm referring to the asker now. And someone wants to know, can you speak more to automation of processes, especially for a startup community pharmacy and even for a long existing community pharmacy? Aside inventory, what else can be automated? I love this question.
Okay, for automation of processes, apart from inventory, let me start from the second one. Um, there are so many things you want to process to automate in your pharmacy practice. For instance, um, you attend to, in Nigeria, you have people working and say, I have seasonal ailments, and you consult with your pharmacy. It would be nice to automate that process. Why? If a customer comes in, so if a customer comes in, say today, Wednesday, and you treat the customer for, you recommend some medications to that customer for a particular ailment. Now, if that process is automated, you know that you give the customer medication, say, for 5 days. At the end of 5 days, if you decide to do a follow-up, just probably send a message to that customer, oh, good day, sir. Just follow up. Hope you're feeling better. Hope the medication actually address the issue. Now the customer sees you more like you care for him and his well-being than just transactional. So if that process is either put on a system or software, or you have a way of capturing it, it's easy for you to go back, follow up on that process and track that process. Your feedback, customer feedback is another process that you can actually automate, where the customer, after shopping from you, can actually either click an emoji or do scan a QR code and leave a feedback. That way you would know what you're not doing right or what you're doing right. So feedback processes can easily be automated. Um, Customer prescription filling can be automated. Customer refill plan. If you have a customer that comes month on month for particular medications, it's something you should automate such that whether you're there or not, you might forget the day the customer came. But if you have it on a system that can flag and say, oh, so people fill their medication, these particular medications at so time of the month, it helps you plan ahead. It helps you um, reach out to them, prepare for them, and all that. So those are some of the processes that you can automate. I think the first question was apart from what was the first question again? I think inventory automation.
Yeah, I think you pretty much covered it. So the
Okay, yeah, so I've spoken to
Judge,
both.
just wanted you to speak more to the automation of processes, especially for a startup community. For a startup community pharmacy, for example, what are these things that should be automated, which I think you have spoken to? And is it the same thing for a long existing community pharmacy, or is there something that a startup pharmacy should pay attention to more since it's a startup as compared to an existing pharmacy?
Okay, yes. So for a startup pharmacy, period of time. So for a startup, you must have those as basics, for your business. Now, as your business scales up, you're making more money, you decide to open more than one outlet, or even have one outlet that is quite robust and doing so well, you need to start tracking several other parameters. You want to find out what products am I losing, or what do I mean by losing? The lost sales report. What are those sales, potential sales that I could have had if those products were available? So a customer walks in, asks for a particular product you don't have. It's not enough to say I don't have. You should be able to document, and then after a period, look at that sheet and say, oh, this list, this is what I could have sold if I had those products. Now that will help you to stock in new products. That will tell you the new demands that exist in your business. Again, other things you want to check, for an existing business. What are those obsolete products? What are those products that I'm still carrying that the demand has been slow for? Okay, so you will all agree, if we look at anti-malaria as a class of medication, there are some class of anti-malaria products that are not as much in demand as they were several years ago. So that will also help you to understand that, okay, there's a shift in the prescription pattern, and you need to slowly start selling out, and you have to adjust the other quantities. So apart from setting your minimum reorder quantity, you want to have those products that you don't want to sell again. So periodically you want to say, look, these products are not really doing so well. If I used to stock 2 or 3 in a month, I want to reduce it to 1, or I want to stop selling it altogether, or I just want to have 1, or have a source or a blog so that if someone needs it, I can quickly get it for the person. So those are some of the things that you want to incorporate for an existing business that is growing or is scaling, and also a business that is starting up. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. That was insightful. Thank you. So we have come to the end of this session, and it's been amazing. Thank you very much, Pharm Ekerete. This has been really, really insightful and powerful. So much insight has been shared. And, for us who have listened and who have learned, it's not just for us to have this initial thrill and, be happy with everything that we have heard. It's also important to put these things into action. So we should also ask ourselves, after this session, like, what are the 5 things I want to do immediately, the 5 immediate changes I want to make to my operations or to my processes? What am I digitizing? What process am I automating? So I think it's very important that not just listening in, also making efforts, practical efforts to change things immediately is important. And as promised, I'm going to share. So for the Workers' Day tomorrow, I mean, if we don't have anything planned, we are saving you. You can do handwritten notes from management, highlighting individual contributions for your staff, for each of your employees. You can do a social media shout out featuring staff photos for your employees. And of course, you can do wellness kits, or you can buy pizza. Many things that you can do. You can have an ice cream truck visit. Someone suggested that, if you can. Everybody loves ice cream. So yeah, that's it. I wish everyone here happy Workers' Day in advance. We put in a lot into our businesses, and it is Drugstock's dream that everybody grows, because it is when healthcare providers are able to grow in their practices that real changes can be felt or can be seen in the entire healthcare system in Nigeria or Africa at large. So we are really wishing everybody a happy Workers' Day in advance. Thank you for everything that you do for the health system. and our reward is no longer in heaven. With these things, you can really make your businesses a lot more profitable than it currently is, and start getting your reward here on earth from your profits. So thank you so much for joining. And then also, yeah, we have a proposed topic for the next one. So yeah, for maybe after our business masterclass, we can start introducing all of these other ones. Yeah, so this is very important. Visual merchandising. Akam Daniel, thank you for suggesting that. I like the third direction. So yes, we will have to come to an end and close the webinar now. Thank you everyone who has dropped comments and for your questions, for joining in. You have made this very, very very engaging. Yes, thank you. And Famime, I can't stop thanking you. This has been amazing. Thank you so much. And and we hope that when we call on you next time, you will not hesitate. You give us your time, and we can provide more insights and empower more healthcare providers. Thanks everyone, and have a
Thank
lovely
you.
day.
Thank you,
Yes, have a
everyone.
lovely day ahead. Thank you.